Have you ever been to Hawaii? It looks just as beautiful as the many movies and pictures that you see online. You must see it to understand how beautiful the Hawaiian Islands actually are. For instance, Hawaii has so many more unique features than just tourism. In fact, there are many different types of cultures and a wide variety of food options that must be seen and tried if you've never been there, in order to satisfy your taste buds and your overall travel experience to the Hawaiian island. Hawaii has so many different things to do and many beautiful features that have to be seen by everyone. For example, from the source Panda Online, one of the world's largest Hawaii travel agencies with 4 stars on Yelp and many different kinds of Hawaiian travel packages, mentions the uniqueness of Hawaii makes it a special place where many visitors will always want to return. It also says that Hawaii has arguably the most beautiful and the most inviting warm water beaches that you can't find anywhere else in America. These are some of the few reasons you should visit Hawaii for your next vacation spot.
Did you know that Hawaii is not that old of an island? On September 14, 2021, an organization known as the Maui Hawaii Organization released an article on their official website, mauihawaii.org, that describes in detail how the islands of Hawaii formed when the volcanic activities located underneath the water would develop and get larger and eventually get over the surface of the water. This is also known as a hotspot, but also that because of the many volcanic formations going over the water, this would result in there being 8 main islands being formed, and that Kauai is 4 million years old, and also the oldest of the main islands, and that the big island of Hawaii is 300,000 years old and is still enlarging now, because the volcanoes located on the island are still growing and being developed. Currently, however, the Hawaiian Islands are over 1,500 square miles long in total and in terms of its landmass, and is currently the 41st ranked in all the states for its population of over 1.4 million people. However, it was barely firstly discovered only approximately 1,000 years ago by the Polynesians when they were navigating the ocean by using the stars, and would later be rediscovered by Captain James Cook, an English settler and explorer in the 1700s. When the British were settled there, the British would show the Polynesians the many different aspects of their own culture, and the Polynesians would then combine the British culture with their own, and this would then develop a unique culture that would be a combination of Polynesian and British customs, and would consist of them embracing, living, and appreciating the natural beauty of the islands. And due to this, it will make the people of Hawaii at the time and all the future residents want to preserve the natural, beautiful landscapes of the islands. One of the many things that they would do to preserve it was that they would conduct fire rituals where they would make the many different dances and activities that you would usually see in the many different movies and cartoons take place in Hawaii. The reason they would do this is because they would try to appeal to the goddess of fire in their culture that is known as Hale, because they believe that she is the direct reason for how the volcanoes form, and is also known as she who speaks the sacred land. It is because of this that is what leads many people that do visit Hawaii to experience the many different tourist attractions and all the beautiful scenery that Hawaii has to offer to the people who travel there.
Despite having 8 main islands, Hawaii actually consists of 137 smaller islands that make up the state. Throughout these islands, there's a lot to explore, the most interesting being ziplining, snorkeling, and stargazing. For instance, you can visit Haleakala in Maui for a 5-line zipline tour. Skyline Hawaii, a ziplining foundation, displays 4.9 stars for this tour, offering to let tourists zip over 90-foot drops and hike through beautiful endemic Maui trees to the heart of Skyline Hawaii's native forest restoration project. you'll reach speeds over 45 miles per hour on Hawaii's only pendulum line on this award-winning 5-line zipline tour. Or you can take to the skies in a doors-off Kauai helicopter tour. On this tour, you'll have one-of-a-kind aerial views of lush rainforests, dramatic cliffs, and massive tumbling waterfalls with the finest products in Hawaii. This tour passes by Manawapuna Falls, or better known as Jurassic Park Falls, made famous from the movie Jurassic Park. But if you're scared of heights, you can go down under at the Maui Ha'alolea Harbor Snorkeling Adventure. On this tour, you'll visit not one, but 2 snorkeling sites where you'll be able to see Hawaiian green turtles, dolphins, colorful fish, and so much more. You'll also be treated with 2 full-course meals, dessert, and specially made drinks. Personally, this tour excites me the most because you get to eat delicious Hawaiian food, enjoy the water, and see different kinds of sea animals that we don't usually get to see. Staying on the ground, you can even go to an exhilarating ATV backyard adventure tour in Kauai where you'll learn about Hawaiian history and culture. As the tour continues, you pass through Hawaiian plantations and to an active volcano, and before the tour ends, you can even participate in a catch-release fishing tour with the locals. However, if you feel like keeping your blood pressure low, you can travel to the Mauna Kea summit and go stargazing. With 436 reviews and a 5-star rating, Viator, a TripAdvisor company, says that with this tour, you will travel up to the summit with your guide, stop for dinner at the Anazuka Astronomy Complex, then arrive at the summit in time to watch the sunset. As dark sets in, enjoy a guided stargazing experience and marvel at the stars and planets using a refractor telescope and laser pointer. Now, if you feel like exploring the many islands on your own, you should visit the Panalua Black Sand Beach, where you'll be able to have a relaxing beach day, see green turtles, go snorkeling, and even camp out for the day. Or you can go to the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, where you'll be able to experience some of the most unique geology in the world, travel to 2 of the most active volcanoes in the world, and hike along the many trails. You can even take a crater tour here, where you'll pass through steam vents and the Jagger Museum, which is home to many volcano exhibits. And if you feel like exploring the greener side of Hawaii, the Hawaii Tropical Bioreserve and Garden is the perfect place to go. The garden features over a mile of biodiverse habitats and wildlife. It's famous for its beauty, where you'll see stunning waterfalls and have a chance to see nennies, the world's rarest goose exclusive to Hawaii. Lastly, let's not forget about Pearl Harbor's National Memorial, where a 184-foot memorial honors the 2,388 Americans who died during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. This memorial is part of America's most important history, and anyone who goes to Hawaii should definitely consider visiting this memorial site and honoring all the soldiers who lost their lives that day on December 7th, 1941. Throughout all these locations, you'll have many chances to try a variety of Hawaii's most popular and delicious food.
Over in Hawaii, the most popular dishes contain ingredients from natural resources, such as plant-based foods, pork, and fish from out the sea. In an article titled Understanding the Flavors of Hawaiian Cuisine, published by Kamikoto on June 22nd of 2018, it shows that vegetables and fruits are grown on the volcanic island, including sweet potatoes, yams, taro, coconuts, and pineapples. Fresh fish is also prolific, as are meats such as pork and chicken. The top 3 main dishes are poke, poi, and lomi lomi salmon. These 3 main dishes are made up of mainly seafoods. To start off, poke is made up of sliced up onions, tuna, sesame seeds, lamu, seaweed, and soy sauce. It is both a main dish and an appetizer, served in Hawaiian cuisines. The second main dish is poi. It is a taro root similar to a sweet potato. It is a side dish that can be eaten however you want. It is almost like yogurt. It is a thick textured and paste-like food. This side dish is mainly used with our third main dish, lomi lomi salmon. Lomi lomi salmon is sort of like a salad and is also very popular in most Hawaiian cuisines. It is made up of salted salmon and massaged mixed with onions, tomatoes, and hot peppers. These are just some of the main dishes that most people tend to enjoy. However, let's not forget about the desserts after a tasty Hawaiian dish. Over in Hawaii, there are a variety of different desserts: jello, shaved ice, and ice cream. are some of the very few to be named. There are far more desserts more appealing than those. To start off, Hawaii actually has a state dessert called hapia. It is essentially like a pudding. It can also be used as a topping for cakes. Its ingredients consist of coconut, water, sugar, and cornstarch. This dessert is very popular and is mainly seen everywhere. It is put in mostly everything, as well as pies, cakes like I mentioned earlier, and ice cream. Hapia pie is also another popular dessert. It is a chocolatey rich pie filled with hapia topped off with whipped cream. Another popular dessert is Hawaiian rainbow jello. This dessert was very popular for kids growing up, as well as being used for traditional gatherings. It looks exactly the way you're probably imagining it right now. Jello that is divided up between different colors. Last but not least, Hawaiian banana nut bread, in my opinion, is what I think sounds the most appealing. This dessert is made up of many complementary ingredients. It is made up of bananas, maraschino cherries, crushed pineapple, coconut, and walnuts. All of these ingredients play a huge role in both sweetness, and texture. This is something that I would really want to try out for myself. Hence, all of these popular dishes and desserts are one of the main reasons why we find Hawaii as the best vacation spot.
The way the Hawaiian natives lived back then are what shaped Hawaii to have the best cultural aspect of wanting to preserve the natural landscapes of the many islands is what makes Hawaii so unique for travelers. This would result in them developing the many different meals that you could eat on the islands, like poke and poi, which brings in lots of tourists just by the different style of food. And I can't forget the desserts like Hawaiian banana nut bread and the Hawaiian rainbow jello, which are extremely delicious. Of course, the main reason most of the tourists are there are for attractions like Black Sand Beach and snorkeling with the many different animals that can be found in Hawaii. Overall, the history, the tourist attractions, and the many different kinds of food define what the Hawaiian lifestyle is and what it has to offer. Therefore, it must be seen by travelers who haven't been there, because there's no better experience than visiting the best vacation spot in all of America. So the next time you ever wonder where you should go for your next vacation, you should definitely consider these many different experiences, tourist attractions, and foods that were offered from Hawaii. And definitely think about taking a trip down to Hawaii with your family or your friends to the best vacation spot in the world.